Welcome to the Bullits and Bourbon podcast, where it's not about the bourbon, but more about who you share it with.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Bullits and Bourbon, episode 48. This is our midweek normal. We got off track last night, but midweek whiskey heavier podcast. And tonight we got something, a little treat for us. We have 3 whiskeys that were sent to us by Curtis Link, who is from Eagle's Nest, which is
Germany?
No.
I thought we was taking it back to Germany.
Yeah, we're not going back that far.
So let's talk about the Bullits and Bourbon Weather Channel here, Dan. We're currently in hoodies. Current temperature in the Bullits and Bourbon bunker is a cool 45 degrees.
It's not that cold.
Two out of 3 of us got hoodies on.
Shorts and flip-flops, or Crocs to be exact. Anyways, back to the whiskey. So tonight we're going to feature 3 whiskeys. These are single malt ryes. So very interesting kind of category of the whiskey world. And these are going to be available in the coming future. They're not out yet, but we want to talk about these because our good friend Curtis Link, who is a veteran as well, lives out in Colorado. This is his company, and he was really excited to send us these bottles. And I got to tell you something. Just from the initial going, these do not disappoint. This is a very interesting whiskey. So we're going to get to sipping these, but I'm going to kind of point out what these are. So this is the Eagle's Nest Single Malt Rye 90 proof. Craig's sipping on the 100 proof, and I'm sipping on the cast strength, so 122 proof. Now, we've all sampled these bottles. You can tell that we've dented these. We opened them about 2 hours ago. Yeah. And listen, I generally, I'll start off, I like this. This is a very, it's a niche. Is that the right word? Niche, like quiche with
like
an N?
Nietzsche.
God, you're ugly.
Thank God intelligence is not a requirement for podcasts.
Why are you so far away from me, Daniel?
Why are you so close to me?
I don't know. I'm moving everything down because your breath stinks. Anyways, moving on. Golly, just
got that dragon breath.
Got that dragon. You got that P.Diddy breath. So, anyways, Dan, you got to taste all 3. You have the 90. What do you get from the 90?
Let's see.
You've already had it.
I know I already had it, but I'm not going to be able to recall notes from 2 hours ago.
So it's like special effects. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness. Oh, we need to just start leaving him off the podcast or give him a trank before.
A trank? Take a trank.
Dude, we could buy a shocker collar. That would be great content.
I'm going to freaking kill both of you anyways.
So the nose is very light. I do get a little bit of citrus, but it's not a heavy nose. Very, very light on the nose.
Palate?
Can I have a sip, please?
Yeah,
can I please sip it first before you're like...
Yes.
Palate?
Are you gonna tongue fuck it, or are you gonna drink it?
Oh, Jesus.
I'm just asking for a friend.
So, no, it's very smooth. It's 90 proof. No big hug on it. Enjoyable. This would be a great everyday sipper.
Simple to drink.
Very, very simple. Just enjoyable.
Do you get that malt sense out of that rye, that malted rye?
I don't know what malt is. I know what malt liquor. If we going for an old E, I could tell you, yeah, let me get that old E. But
yeah, that's great.
But when it comes to the whiskey and bourbon and rye, I don't know what I'm looking for.
So thumbs
malt.
up or thumbs down? Real simple. As he takes another long drag and pours it out.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
It is good. This is something, once they release, I'll have all 3 of them on the shelf.
Yeah. Craig, you got the 100 proof, but you've had all 3. Which one, before you taste your 100 proof, did you enjoy the most out of the 3?
I'm going to go... tonight, I'm probably going to say Dan's or probably this one, but... every time we do a podcast, usually we always say they're good. But this seriously is all 3 very good whiskeys, though. I got a lot of, on the nose, a sweet fruit. As I'm getting more into it, maybe apricot on the palate, though. It's a very mild hug, though. But these are really What's the price point going to be on these, Jay? Any idea?
I don't know yet. So I would suspect that these are going to they're going to fall in the category quite nicely. I don't think they're going to be overpriced.
But I wouldn't even speak on it because you don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know. But it's a great pour. I mean, seriously, like Dan said, I seriously would have these on my bar. I would definitely introduce some new introductory whiskey fans into these right here, though. We're just coming into it, though. It's a great smooth pour.
Yes, it's so smooth
It's a simple
and easy,
pour.
and it's simple. That somebody who's brand new to whiskey, bourbon, rye, this would be the perfect walk-in, I think, because it doesn't have that large hug or burn. And it's very, very enjoyable.
I would definitely go with your ryes. I mean, I don't necessarily know how to walk them into the cask strength, but
mine are yours.
absolutely.
The 90 or 100, 100%.
Agreed.
Yeah, so I'll go over the tasting notes. The tasting notes are very similar from each one. I get on the nose baking spice, caramel, vanilla, hints of charred oak, which is not surprising. I get the rye aroma. On the palate, I get dark chocolate, dried fruits, which really came out in the cask strength. The dried fruits, it was like a leveling up. You could tell it here. It really came out in the 100 proof, and the cask strength, it's like a explosion of dried fruits. Dark chocolate, kind of a tannin, like a deep oak, and a really good peppery spice. The finish on the cask strength is wonderful. I love higher proof whiskey. That's no secret. But I will tell you that this is the easiest to drink. This is probably the best balanced if you're not a big proof guy, and then this is like a flavor bomb and a proof bomb going off. To be honest with you, it's a great transition because we tried them in order. We tried 90, 100, and 120, and I'm digging this. This is my third glass.
How many times did he say bomb this episode?
Bomb, dude.
I mean, he is not entering an airport.
Well, no.
I mean...
No, I'm not. But...
Bottom line, it's come down to Jason loves an explosion in his mouth.
Yes.
He really enjoys that.
Again. Yeah. Well, a flavor. Not what you normally like.
I can eat pineapple or asparagus. Which do you prefer?
What is he talking?
You've never heard that? Pineapple or asparagus?
I know where he's going.
You nasty, GI. You nasty. You nasty. In any event, hats off to Eagle's Nest and Curtis out in Colorado. So this is interesting what they did. They embraced this. They got their distillate from North Carolina, a distiller in North Carolina, and they trucked it out to Colorado. They aged it at elevation for 4 years. So age statement. The bottle is very transparent. They give you all the information on there. Hell of a job picking good distillate. And hell of a job monitoring this while it aged for 4 years. Interesting when we were talking to Curtis about this. There are challenges that distillers have at elevation or in Colorado that they don't have in Pennsylvania or Kentucky or other areas because of the lack of humidity, and so they lose a lot more. So the monitoring process is different. It's just kind of the nerd side of it. But to be able to pump out a 90, 100, and a 122 that have a consistent flavor profile but up themselves in how that flavor kind of translates or projects itself out is pretty awesome. Add in that it's a veteran-owned company, which is near and dear to us because we're all veterans, and that's important to us. This is a winner, and I am excited for this to come live and be released. When it does, it's only going to be available in Colorado and Wyoming to start as the distribution channels open up. So we were very lucky, and can't say thank you enough, Curtis, for sending us these bottles and kind of exciting us. Colorado's a long way, but we're going to keep these in the bar because these are big thumbs up, all three of them.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Yes,
I would rank them personally. I would rank them in reverse order: cask strength, 100 proof, 90 proof. If I was a newer to the whiskey or newer to this genre, rye, but this is malted rye, so there's a little bit of a different nuance. Then I would agree with you guys. I would say the 90 is the most drinkable. The 100 is probably the most balanced between drinkable and more flavor, and the 122 of the cask strength is kind of like a punch. And I like that. I think that's, for most whiskey people, they would probably agree, working your way up. into what you enjoy. So we're going to revisit this bottle when it's released, if there's any left. We're going to have to hide these suckers somewhere where they don't get touched too much. But cheers to you, Curtis, and to the crew out of Eagle's Nest. This is good whiskey. Can't recommend this enough, and we hope that that listeners, if you are in Colorado or Wyoming when this releases, this is another great opportunity to try something new and put it on your bar and enjoy it. And malted rye. I mean, we've been on a rye kick for the last lot of episodes.
Last few episodes.
Last few episodes, and it's really neat to see that rye is now becoming more popular across the United States again, where it should be. I mean, take nothing away from bourbon. Bourbon's wonderful. It's golden juice, but it's nice to see that balance start to happen. But I mean, what do you guys think?
Yeah,
you're just thinking about Diddy.
No Diddy.
No Diddy.
No Diddy.
Yeah.
Speaking of no Diddy,
great job, Curtis. Hopefully, we finds its way back to the Pittsburgh area, the PA area. To us, though, unfortunately, it's only going to be released. You said in 2 states, so hopefully we find a way to get some more here.
Welcome to the conversation, Craig.
He joins in like 5 minutes behind.
We're on Diddy, and he's like, it's because
you'd like to get on Diddy, wouldn't you?
You ruined my joke because as we were going with no Diddy, I was like, no Diddy, got to pull my cock out.
Oh God, have mercy! Every single episode. Here's the cock. It's small tonight. You're going to kill that bottle. Did you buy another bottle? You can get that in the state store.
This is the rye. This is the rye.
Did you have a backup bottle?
Well, I got 4 bottles that I ordered.
Well, good for you.
Last month that still ain't here. Chicken cock, come on, let's go.
You said don't ever chastise me again about pouring you heavy. And then you turn around and pour yourself heavy after giving me shit for pouring you a mediocre
But this is
pour.
chicken cock.
So what you're saying is it doesn't matter how much cock you take in, you can handle it.
What are you saying if it's not cock, small? He can take a lot of cock, though.
If it's big. Chicken cock.
Dude, this is my go-to.
It is.
And I'm trying to get a sponsorship. It's still not sponsored.
Stupid. You're not getting sponsored.
Chicken Cock, episode 48. We're still out here looking for you. Dan
do
Taylor, look him up on
up.
Instagram, please.
God, I wonder.
And I ain't settling for a T-shirt either.
No, I wonder if P. Diddy's this crazy about cock.
Yeah, obviously.
Speaking of P. Diddy,
yes,
your hero.
Definitely not my hero. 50 cents boy.
Yeah.
What's happened in the last 12 hours, Dan?
Well, 50 Cent's been saying it for years. 50 been saying he's putting out the documentary and putting Diddy on blast. A couple months ago, Homeland Security raided both of his properties.
March, I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's back in March. Things quieted down, and then he was arraigned today.
And there was an explosion today, in his life.
Oh, yeah.
So what was interesting is as we were talking about this on one of my feeds, it popped up that he may now be charged for the murder of Tupac as well.
Really?
Yeah, which, I mean, I don't know if that's very surprising.
Well, what I saw was, what was it? The charges were sex trafficking, arson.
Human trafficking.
Kidnapping.
Bribery. God, I don't know. There was a list. I mean,
there's a huge
you couldn't
list.
fit them on a piece of paper.
Well, and who was the rapper, Cheyenne?
Shine back in 99.
Yeah. Who
Cheyenne.
I don't freaking know. I don't know how to pronounce that shit. I barely know how to pronounce my own name, dude. Get off my nuts. God, this coming from the Army where you lose a spelling contest to a Marine.
All right, so Shine back in 99, and everybody said it back in 99 that Shine didn't do that shooting.
Right.
And even recently, the victim of that shooting came out and said
it wasn't him.
It wasn't Shine, it was Puffy. So I don't know what all transpired, what money transpired.
Well, he did 10 years, right?
Yes.
And then when he was released from prison, he was deported back to Belize.
Correct.
Where his father was a prime minister. Yeah. So, and now he's just straight up putting Diddy on blast. Well, he actually said that a while ago. He's out of music now,
and he's in politics. He ran and won. He holds a political position over there in Belize.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy because everybody back from the 90s have distanced themselves from Diddy since right before all this stuff went down with the raid back in March till now.
So just a theoretical question: do you believe that the Jennifer Lopez, and Ben Affleck's marriage stopped or dissolved or whatever fell apart because of the revelations of the P.Diddy March 29th raid, because it was all kind of one right after another.
What would that have to do with them? I'm not tracking.
Because she was with P.Diddy.
Okay.
And she was hanging with him, and there were allegations that stuff was going on during that time.
Maybe.
And then now, it comes out, and it was right around that time, Ben Affleck and, that the news media went, not that I care about the celebrities' lives in that way. I mean, it's,
Well, I think there's a lot of people that are complicit in the whole situation. Because when they originally did the raid, neighbors were coming out. Oh, yeah, they were shuttle buses of sex workers coming in left and right.
Yeah.
The neighbors have made comments about it. And, like LeBron James says, there's no party like a Diddy party. But shortly after that raid in March, what happened? LeBron unfriended him on Instagram and everything else. I mean, so there's a lot of red flags. I mean, anytime anybody's getting shitted on, people try to distance themselves.
Well, even if you're innocent, whether it's guilty, innocent, though, anytime you have allegations like that, and you're in someone like LeBron James status, you distance yourself.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
and someone's telling you have to.
I mean, that was happening all the way back. Remember the Michael Jordan and the Fantasyland crap,
That's Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson. Yeah, my bad, Michael Jordan. Yeah, Michael Jackson and the whole, pedophile accusations were kind of insinuations, and people started to kind of jump ship really quick.
Oh, yeah.
Back then as well. But this has been going on with Diddy for a long time. I mean, Usher.
Well, that's the thing. Like back in the early '90s, there was you're taking Usher, who's 12 years old. He's spending weeks on end at your house, a grown man's house. You're taking him out to 21 and over clubs at the age of 12, 13. Like,
yeah,
come on.
And Justin Bieber.
I
mean, I'm just gonna kind of go out on a limb, but if we all wonder why Justin Bieber behavior was the way it was when he was younger, man, I mean, I don't know, maybe it was a Diddy party gone wrong. The Diddy was Diddy and, diddling.
I mean...
You think Justin got the Diddy?
Well, there's that one video that Diddy's giving him a Lambo.
Yeah.
Like I know, if I struck it rich, I'm going to take care of my boys, but like some random person, I'm going to be like, hey, I got this Lambo for you. I know you're 13, but when you turn 16, this Lambo's yours.
The allegations are... The silent or the unfounded allegations are gross.
Yes.
Right? They're disgusting.
But for the fact that Homeland not only did the raid, but they went to arraign him for these allegations. You're not going to go to an arraignment with a loose or a weak case.
No, you don't do that. Not if you're Homeland. You do it if you're a fucked up state like New York, and they just want to throw a charge on you. But, yeah, the feds rarely, those offices are going to go for something like that unless they've collected enough evidence to bring it in front of a grand jury and indict and get something out of it. But it's interesting because, we talk about, like, this happens to celebrities, right? Oh, and something happens and they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. This is the worst version of me, and I went to rehab and now I'm doing better and no excuse, but, God's on my side, right? But here's the deal. Diddy was caught on tape.
Oh, yeah.
Beating his... Cassie, right? And then what does he comes down and does that whole fucking stupid shindig about, I'm bad, I was in a low place, and blah, 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 over and over again, right? Because that's what they do, right? That's what celebrities do. The only celebrity that I can think of that didn't do that was Dana White. When him and his wife had the issue.
Oh, yeah, he owned it.
And he was like, I own it. That was ugly. That was me. I'm ashamed of myself. This is a family matter. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not going to excuse your way out of behavior like that, especially when it's abuse with a woman. But with Diddy, it's like, it's just one more thing in a line of disgusting things. Like he's about to eclipse Epstein.
That's the thing that I'm curious about. How much shit's going to shake out from this tree?
Well, we thought the same thing for Epstein, and he ended up dead in his cell.
Well, people are going to come out of the woodworks right now. It has not hit rock bottom yet, I don't believe. It's only going to get worse from this point for him.
Do you think this is also fallout because he was on that Epstein manifest?
Oh, I think that there's certainly a tie from Epstein, and I think there's a tie from Harvey, Weinstein.
Weinstein.
I mean, listen, it's not like these people don't run in the same circles. I mean, there's very few billionaires, right, that are rolling around the U.S.
Oh, well, they say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah. I mean, you go look at lawyers are hanging out with lawyers. You go look at doctors are hanging out with doctors. Veterans, we're hanging out with veterans.
Yeah.
Alcoholics,
I don't think they hang out with
we're hanging out with Jason.
Man. Yeah, you guys are. You're drinking my shit for free. No, I think when that tree shakes, I think what's really interesting about it to me was the mention of Tupac, because this is probably one of the most mystifying. I don't want to call it mystifying, because I all think that if you said, "Hey, P. Diddy ordered the hit," or he was the one that pulled the trigger, which is unlikely in my mind.
I don't think he pulled the trigger.
I think if you say P. Diddy ordered the hit, that most people that understood that day and age in America and with the rap, the East Coast, West Coast beef, you could go, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Right, I can see that.
But that's even when it all went down. Everybody was accusing Diddy of being involved.
Yeah, Diddy to begin with. Because the first person to die was who? Pac. And then
Biggie.
And then Biggie. So, and the beef started really with P. Diddy. Well, it was a sideshow, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole East Coast, West Coast.
There's a lot into it, and a lot of people say, no, that's not what happened. This is what happened. It was when Tupac got jumped when he was going to the studio to see Biggie, and all that went down, and they said Biggie set him up, and then it was said that P. Diddy set Pac up because... there's more money if there's a beef between two rappers.
Especially on opposite coasts.
Yeah.
So we grew up in that era. I mean, East Coast, West Coast. I mean,
great music.
I mean, the original good rap. That's when it was really making its bones. Do you think that Diddy pulled the trigger or ordered the hit?
I think he orchestrated it. He had something to do behind it. Probably financed it.
What do you think Suge Knight's role in it was? Do you think he knows? I mean, I got to believe that Suge Knight knows.
I mean, Suge Knight's dead, though. He's been dead for a minute, but I don't think... I think if Suge knew without a doubt that Diddy was behind it...
He would have ordered a hit on Diddy.
He would have ordered a hit on Diddy or retaliated because he didn't fuck around.
Yeah.
Like, Suge did not fuck around one bit.
So it's interesting. I wonder if anybody else from the crew out there, Dre, Snoop, if those guys on the West Coast, if they knew, because you know how it is. It's streets talk, right?
I don't know. Well, there's a lot of allegations and speculations that Snoop may have had something to do with the whole Tupac hit.
Really?
Yeah, because he was supposed to be at that Vegas fight with Pac, wasn't there. There's a video out there of Snoop talking to Diddy saying, I learned from you. You're the master. You play chess, not checkers. It's the long game. And there's interviews with Snoop and Pac where Snoop looked a little off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's interesting we talk about 90s rap. How much do you think 90s have changed to today, though?
Oh,
the drama back then. I mean...
Well, back then, the guys that were going and rapping... They were authentic. They were from the street.
No, because some of them will come back and tell you they were straight studio gangsters. They will say a lot of the guys today are more gangster than the guys in the 90s because a lot of the guys in the 90s, they were studio gangsters.
But if you look at NWA and their rise, two Live Crew, Outkast. No,
you look at Dre never did no dirt. You look at how old Ice Cube was when NWA was NWA. The only one that supposedly did any real dirt was Easy.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what I mean?
And Tupac.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
But that wasn't until later. I mean, you look at Pac, he was Digital Underground.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then he tried to do the whole movie thing.
That didn't work.
Y'all making me miss the 90s
what
now.
Movie,
remember
what movie
Poetic
was that?
Justice? You remember?
It was Poetic Justice, right?
Poetic Justice, Bullets, Above the Rim.
Which is the one that DMX did with Steven Seagal? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That shit was dope, though.
Romeo Must Die?
Yes, it was Romeo Must Die. And then you had... Well, 50 didn't start doing movies until later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting because 50 is the one now that seems to have kind of, I just wonder if he's sitting back in his chair like, it's Fitty. I told you, right? I told you all this was gonna
He has a
happen.
good business mind. I mean, you look at the whole Power and Ghost series.
Yeah.
I mean, he's killing it with that. He invested in, what was it, the water? Vitamin water, whatever it was.
He's in a bunch of video games. His character's in a bunch of what do they call it? Avatar? I mean,
likeness.
yeah. I mean, but so is Snoop. I mean, Call of Duty, you got him in there.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing like. Yeah.
It's what's old Ice Cube in? Ice Cube's in a big TV series running for 10, 15 years now. Investigative.
That's Ice-T.
That's
Ice-T. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What's Ice-T?
Law and Order.
Yeah.
Law and Order. There you go.
SVU.
SVU. Yes.
Yeah, so it's
good
crazy
series.
because Ice-T, he was in the Army and then did the gangster rap, then
Was
went
he?
movies. He had a lot of good movies in the 90s.
Shaggy was in the Army too, right?
Shaggy.
Shaggy. You remember Shaggy? It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
Well, there's a lot of big guys. You remember who was the comedy guy that everybody says was in Sinbad? There we go, Sinbad.
Oh,
in the Genie movie that supposedly doesn't exist. That everybody's seen that Genie movie.
Yeah. Sinbad. Sinbad was, God, man, that was longer.
Unnecessary roughness.
Unnecessary roughness. But yeah, I mean, it just takes you back to the movies we had back in the day. Boys in the Hood. Remember Boys in the Hood?
I remember Boys in the Hood. Yeah.
Boys in the Hood.
So do you remember the movie with Ice-T? I think it was called Survivor, where he played a burnt up homeless man and
Yes.
the rich people took him
hunted
out.
him. Yeah.
Hunted him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What,
Was it Hunting the Game?
no, that wasn't the one with Jean-Claude Van Damme where he had the bad mullet.
No,
that was hard. That was hard target.
This is where they took a veteran and they dropped him off
In the middle of the
on
woods.
an island and they could
Yeah,
hunt him.
yeah.
I think it was Hunting the Game or something.
Yeah,
wasn't
maybe
it?
it was
But
Hunting the
wasn't he
Game.
also in Predator?
No, Ice-T wasn't in Predator.
Wasn't in Predator?
No.
Any of the Predators? He was in
No.
any. And what dude am I thinking of? that was
Arnold
in-
Schwarzenegger.
No, dude. No. I'm like,
Danny Glover.
no, bro. I'm not talking about
That was the big dude holding on to the whole entire saw or the Gatling gun or the
minigun?
Minigun.
That
yeah.
wasn't him.
No.
That was Big Tex.
But that was.
It was mid-'80s.
No, but Ice-T played in another one. I don't know the name of the movie, but do you remember the two firemen? They went into the projects, and a guy gave them a map to where all this hidden gold was, and the hidden gold was in the ghetto. They went to the ghetto to try to get this hidden gold,
What
and it was
movie?
Ice-T's project, and they were hunting them.
I don't know what.
Wrong Turn or something like
We're
that.
gonna have to explore that.
Wrong Turn was West Virginia.
No. This
That was
they reuse
that
titles
was
all the time.
incest. Or,
Yeah. Well, you'd be remiss if you didn't talk about Friday.
Friday.
Friday was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. Friday holds a place in my heart and holds a place in my house, right?
My dad
mean,
still watches Friday.
I mean, I thought Jennifer was going to flip when she was like, "Well, what do you want to do for wall art in the bathroom, in the bunker bathroom?"
Well, we got to put that wall art up
we
on
do.
Patreon tonight.
But there's a scene in there everybody remembers if you're a true Friday fan when Craig gets called into the bathroom by his dad, right?
go.
I done smelled your shit for 18 years, boy. You will smell mine, right? That classic scene, and I put it up, and I felt so weird. My son's like, what does this mean? I'm like, get out of my bathroom, dude. But yeah, I mean, Friday's classic. Friday 2.
So who's your top 3 rappers from the 90s then?
Who
you gonna go with?
that are not child molesters or sex traffickers.
We kind of did this one
Yeah.
episode a while back,
That's
but
what
it always
yeah.
changes up for me.
I'm going to have to go with Snoop for one. Mm-hmm. I'm about to put Snoop up there.
Yep.
Man, I don't know.
Outcast.
Not in the 90s. I mean, God, I don't know. Dre the Chronic. There's so many of them though. Easy E was
See, I would go
for the night. I mean,
this is so bad. I would go Nas, Wu-Tang, and Celly Cell. Celly Cell just holds a certain place back in the 90s for me.
I gotta go Snoop, Cube, and Outkast because of the impact they had on
Southern rap.
on just overall. Because listen, everybody listened to Snoop and Dre. You could call them, you can almost put them together because they did that together, right? Cube, Today Was a Good Day, right? Like that was like it was
No
was like
Vaseline.
it was
No Vaseline.
The way
Hayes.
Jay likes it.
no barking from the dogs, no smog, right? I mean that was like the pick me up. Like man, I don't want to go to school today.
So let me ask you, where do you put Eminem above all these?
He
came in late 90s.
I know.
You can't put him in the same
I know,
category.
but where do you put him overall, though, rap? Where's Eminem?
It's the rap god.
He's a rap god.
Is he the GOAT?
He's the GOAT.
He's a goat. Yeah.
There's so many artists that came out and said he's the GOAT. There's still an argument that he's a visitor or a guest in hip hop.
No.
The things he's accomplished, the number of records he sells, and even if you say, oh, they don't play him in the club, you still know his songs. Mm-hmm. I don't care who you are. You know when it's Eminem.
He's one of the most ungodly distinctive voice, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
and nobody still to this day wants to rap battle him.
Yeah.
Because he's just so quick-witted, he'll just destroy you.
Except the weak, the pathetic MGK.
Yeah.
And who's
all Machine Gun Kelly?
Machine Gun Kelly. I wonder if that little bitch has ever held a machine gun. What do you think?
Well, I think...
No.
I don't think so.
Besides for a video shoot?
Yeah, video shoot.
I think Machine Gun Kelly, he might have been diddied. I mean, have you seen the phases MGK has gone through? Like, he went hard rap. Now I'm painting my fingernails,
you gotta give him
my
credit,
hair.
though. He was with Megan Fox. I mean...
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, listen.
Like, who in the industry hasn't
been through Megan Fox?
I mean...
Like,
still, it's Megan
to
Fox.
me, if you're claiming conquest by the woman you're with, and she's by all means not the most...
Like what was the last movie she's been in that's been relevant?
Transformer? Was it Transformers? No, she was in Transformers, right?
Expendable 4, yeah.
But she was in Transformers?
Yes.
Yeah.
The first one.
The first
she
one.
was smoking hot in Transformers.
Yeah, but that's great. How many years ago was that, man? Transformers have retired by now. Them motherfuckers got a DD4.
I can close my eyes and imagine Transformers.
He's still imagining Megan Fox.
He's still, calm down, bro.
I mean,
he still got images on his laptop
somewhere. Putting Optimus Prime out right now.
No, I still got your mother. I still got your mother's my screensaver, Dan.
That's your issue, not mine.
So what do you think is the end all be all from this P. Diddy thing? What do you think? Where does it go? Trial?
Oh yeah, it's going to go trial, and I think there's a lot of foul stuff that he's going to try to do to cut a deal.
Yeah, you think he's going to throw names?
Oh yeah, I think he's going to throw names. I mean, just look at him; he looks like a snitch.
He does look like a snitch. Dude, he's a rich ass snitch.
He's got a lot of money, so I think it's going to draw out for a while.
It's going to draw out. But look how much money Epstein had. He had an island.
Yeah.
The motherfucker had an island and went to jail.
What's the over under that he ends up dead in a prison cell? Hanging.
Maybe he's going to pull an OJ and get off.
I say 5-1.
5-1, he ends up dead.
5-1.
We play some. Oh, this is like a parlay. We play some bets right now.
What do you think? Odds. He go 5-1. What do you got?
He's getting off.
You're saying he's getting off.
He's getting off. I'm going with that bet.
I give it 3-1 odds that something tragic.
You 5-1, 3-1. So what's the bet right now then?
I think something tragic.
A bottle of chicken cock.
I think right now with the Epstein and like people are pissed because they haven't released the client list, and it's like, how do you not release that? Mm-hmm. You got victims, but you don't. You're going to put it on victims, 2 people.
You've got videotape. You've got surveillance footage. You've got all this stuff.
But like social media and the general public's still upset about that. That people aren't stupid. Epstein didn't kill himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Like, no.
It was a hit.
Yeah, 100%. Like, guards were sleeping, cameras weren't working.
I love the people that they're so naive to think that the people in power would not kill to protect that power, to protect their reputation. That's such a naive way of thinking. I'm just telling you from my perspective, if you come at me, what do you think I'm going to do? Eat chicken? No, bro, and I don't have money.
Well, when you're at when you're at that level, you need to protect secrets, though, for the better interest of the country or certain things. You will. I think will disappear.
I think at this point in time, like you go back to the 50s, 60s, our grandparents. I'll even say our parents are a little naive. Oh, I trust.
They are.
I trust the government. I trust what I'm being told.
Yeah.
Because the lens was so small, and it wasn't on such a large scope. Where now. Everything's instantaneously.
Everything's televised. Everything hits the internet immediately.
We work for the government. Do you trust them?
No.
No. Are you
Dude, look at everything though.
No,
Can you imagine being a kid today doing what we did with Ring doorbells, cell phones? I mean, the stuff we did.
You can't throw apples at somebody's house no more.
You're trying to burn dog shit on a doorstep now?
I did that last week.
Not your own shit, dog shit.
You are caught in 1080 HD night vision.
Dan's there half naked. He's got a peach color thong on and a chicken cock shirt. He's running around with dog shit in his hand.
There is no Shaggy. It wasn't me. No mother effort. It was you. It's without a doubt you.
It wasn't me.
Man, I'm going to say AI revolution, man. It wasn't me. They can make Johnny Cash sing Little John Drop It Like It's Hot.
I'm just saying.
I'll deny that shit like Shaggy all day. It wasn't me. That's AI, bitch.
Yeah, until it goes to court. Oh, look, guys, I appreciate you tuning in on this midweek episode. This is a little bit of a shorter one. We wanted to bring you these 3 bottles. Again, this is Eagle Nest from Curtis Link and his partner out in Colorado. Soon to be released. Keep an eye out for it. If you're a Colorado or a Wyoming resident or you're passing through, check them out. Their website's going to be up and running. It's up now, but they'll have everything priced out. So just kind of keep clickbaiting and checking on it. I'd be remiss if we didn't say, hey, we got some fun stuff up on our merch store, right? I'm pimping that shirt. And
you're just so happy because you designed it.
I did, and I designed some underwear and some panties too.
I like the OGPA
underwear.
Shirt. No,
you bought the women's underwear for yourself, didn't you?
No.
Are you wearing them now?
No.
I bet, Daniel.
They're cotton. Nobody's wearing cotton.
If they had been silk.
What Dan did was not deny wearing underwear. It was the fact they were cotton was the problem.
My bad. I'll go with imported Egyptian silk or some shit next time. What the hell? I don't know. Check out the merch store, www.bulletsandbourbon.com. Again, thank you for all your support, guys. Midweek, short and quick. Friday night, we're going to have a pretty fun night ahead of us. So, as always, stay tuned. And like we always say, stay thirsty, my friends. Cheers.
Thank you for listening to today's podcast of Bullets and Bourbon. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode.